Welcome to the Missing Elements Remix Show. Sorry about not having a live last week for Facebook. For some odd reason, Facebook wouldn't let me connect. So I have no clue what happened there. So hopefully I am live on Facebook tonight. Now, you know, I hear people always complaining about Halloween. People don't celebrate Halloween because it is a devil's holiday. Well, guess what? That is total bullcrap, and we will get into that here in a little bit. Okay? But first off, we are going to be mentioning some announcements. Guys, we are just days away from the biggest party in Lexington, and that is at the Central Bank Center downtown Lexington. And we are discussing Scarefest. That is from the 17th through the 19th. Yes, that is Friday through Sunday. I know Friday is 4 to 9. Sunday is 9 to something. I don't remember the hours.
11 to 8.
Okay, I just got told Saturday is 11 to 8. I thought Saturday was sooner than that.
No.
Okay. All I know is that this weekend is Scarefest. All tickets into Scarefest have been sold out. So you will either... Hi, Terry. Thank you for sharing me out. All tickets have been sold out at Scarefest, except for the daily passes. And I'm not sure if we have any of those left or not, because they are going quick. Check online at scarefestweekends.com and buy your ticket there, or you can go stand your ass. Okay, Deb just mentioned to me in the comments, Saturday is 11 to 8, Sunday is 11 to 6. VIP gets in an hour early. That one I do remember, Deb. Thank you. And speaking of Deb, you all need to check out Rocky Hounds. They have some awesome ass crystals. They go more for the raw stuff, but they are awesome. And which, Deb, at the next market, I have a crystal that I got that I am going to have to show you. I love this crystal. I'm sorry I didn't get it from you, but I also didn't get it from any other crystal vendor. But I got to show it to you at the next market. Speaking of the next market, Central Kentucky Mystical Market is November 15th and 16th. We'll discuss that more coming up. Now, back to Scarefest. You either get your ticket online or you stand in a long-ass line to wait and get your ticket at the box office. Because these lines get very, very, very long. Also, the big thing with this event is you got to have lots of money, because the price of your ticket does not include what you get from the vendors or what you get from the celebrities. They charge their own prices of their wares or their merchandise. So you may go up to a star and you may want to get a selfie and an autograph with them, and they're going to say, hey, you owe me $30. Don't quote me because I don't know the prices, but that's how that works. They charge their own price, which is not included in the price of the ticket to the event itself. Also, at this event is the Warren Museum. And yes, I do have my ticket to the Warren Museum because you lovely guys boosted a live that I did over 200, which means I have got to go take my photograph with the most precious little doll known to man. Yes, I get to go take my picture with Annabelle as long as she lets me. That's going to be up to her. I'm going to have to ask her permission, but it's going to be up to her. But I'm going to have to get my picture taken with Annabelle. And there's also supposed to be other cool stuff in the Warren Museum. I'm not exactly sure what all is going to be there, but it is going to be on the floor right below the main event itself. On the bottom floor of this place is the photo ops and the oh, I forgot what they're called, where all the groups get together and you get to ask the stars questions. I forgot what it's called. Sorry. I just went brain dead. I got all excited with Annabelle. I'm going to steal that doll and bring it home and stick it in my roommate's bedroom. So, but Scarefest is this weekend. So make sure you guys come. I know Druzy Desert will be there. I know Plinky's Magical Creations will be there. And which, guys, I just seen something that she posted. Oh, Deb says the tattoos are on the first floor. Hey, Deb, you going to buy me a tattoo? Huh? You going to buy me a tattoo, Deb? The panels room. Okay, thank you, Deb. You're saving my butt tonight. I'm going to have to give you a hug. But, yeah, they're going to have tattoos there, which is going to be totally awesome. Back to Plinky's, though. I just seen that she posted an awesome looking spirit board with a Raggedy Ann doll on it. And it is knockout gorgeous. So you guys are going to have to check Plinky's out. Go check Druzy Does It out. There are going to be a lot of vendors at this event. You're going to just spend a day going through the vendors. Forget the stars. You need to be there all 3 days. 1 day for vendors, 1 day for the celebrities, and 1 day just to kick back and relax and look at all the people running around. That's my plan. I'm going to be there all 3 days. So, you going to come work for me next October? You take October off, Deb. This is your party month, ain't it? So now, what do we know about the holiday called Halloween? Honestly, what do we really know about it? Because all I can remember growing up as a kid, it was you get dressed up in some stupid costume, such as Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, Ninja Turtles. You go running around the neighborhood with your little bag or your little bucket, ringing doorbells, trick or treat. And then you get candy. Ooh. They've moved the Macabre Arts Tattoo Festival to October next year. I will get with you, Deb, this weekend and get all the information out about that one. Because I wanted to go this year and totally forgot about it. We'll talk. But now, back to trick or treat. And you get lots of candy. that gives you cavities, that make you go to the dentist and have your teeth pulled out. So, what is Halloween? Halloween is technically a Celtic holiday called Samhain, and it is a blend of pagan traditions, and later came the Christianized version of it. But Samhain is where the Halloween stuff began, and its Celtic roots like over 2,000 years ago, if not longer. And this is the tribes. Ooh, Mr. Producer, I love my background.
You're welcome.
I totally love my background. Ooh hoo 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 hoo. I got a jack-o'-lantern on my head. But the Celts lived mainly in the area that is now known as Ireland and the United Kingdom and a lot of the other northern European nations nowadays. And this holiday is the celebration of their new year on the Celtic calendar, in which I am going to have to look that calendar up. I want that calendar. Mr. Producer, remind me to look up the Celtic calendar so we know how to celebrate Celtic calendars. But for their celebrations, they have big bonfires. And the bonfires were basically made to basically celebrate around, basically drink mead, all the good stuff that you would think at a bonfire. But they also used it for sacrifices. They would sacrifice animals or crops or personal items to the gods so that they have a safe, happy, and healthy new year. But this is the fun part. They dressed up in costumes, mainly animal skins and animal heads. This is where we get the dressing up for Halloween. But do you know why these guys dressed up? Do you? These guys dressed up because if you dressed up in a costume, then spirits from other realms wouldn't be able to find you if they were looking for you. If they found you, they would try to tempt you into crossing over into their realm. Because there is the big thing for Halloween, or All Hallows Eve, which is coming up here in a second what that is. This is the time of year that what we know now is the thinning of the veil. The veil gets thin, which means that anything on one side of the veil can cross into our world. We can cross into theirs. And it's not just spirits. It are what we call ghosts. It's not just those guys. The veil is thin all around us. This makes it easier for like fairies to come see us, for us to go to fairyland. The yard gnomes can come see us easier. Or my favorite, the gargoyles. This is the time of year when everything is very thin and we can go back and forth. The problem is if we go to their world or their realm, their dimension, whatever you want to call it, and don't come back, we're screwed. Because our spirit's over there, our body's over here, which means basically we're in a freaking coma. So we got to be very protected with that. We always got to come back. We got to know how to come back. But then, here's the thing. This is the big celebration with the Celts. They knew what they were talking about. Then here comes the Christians and the Romans. And in the 8th century, what's his name? Pope Gregory the Third decided to honor all Christian saints, establishing Saints' Day, or what is called All Hallows Day, which is how Halloween started being called All Hallows Eve. And then it got shortened to Halloween. Because you had to have the eve before you got the day. And that is the 1st of November. All I know is that this is the end of summer and the it's the end of summer and the end of the harvest to get through the winter months. Basically, the Celtic calendar is separate. Where we celebrate 4 seasons, the Celts celebrated 2. They have the light half, they have the dark half. Light half is the spring and summer and all that good stuff. The dark half is where we're getting ready to go into. It is the beginning of the fall winter seasons. Because, excuse me guys, as I just get choked up, I'm going to grab me a drink of water. The dark side is basically the season of death. That's why everybody gets depressed during the winter time. It's the season of death. Everything dies around us. Basically, everything goes into hibernation to come back into the spring, stronger than ever. That's including us. And I just totally went off script, and now I'm lost. So yeah, October 31st is Halloween, or All Hallows Eve. November 1st is All Hallows Day. November 2nd ended up becoming All Souls Day, and that is to commemorate the dead. And that is back into the Romans and the Christian stuff. They would have bonfires, they would have parades, they would dress up in costumes such as angels and saints and devils. Because you know you got to have the good and the bad. So, what happened to all these holidays when everybody came over here to the United States? We didn't celebrate it. Because the American colonists largely did not celebrate this holiday due to the strict Protestant religious beliefs. We didn't start celebrating this holiday until about the mid-19th century with the arrival of the Irish and Scottish immigrants who brought their traditions with them. But we we got to start it, and it's a holiday that we all love. But do you know where trick-or-treating actually came from? We know why we now know why we dress up. It's so that we can confuse the spirits or other creatures from other realms to try to stop them from tempting us to go into their realms. But trick-or-treating, where we get all the good candy, which reminds me, I need candy. Which wasn't technically called trick-or-treating in the beginning. It was called souling. Because what happened was, during this time when the Christians were trying to Christianize the pagan belief system, they were telling people that all souls didn't go to heaven, all souls didn't go to hell, some souls got stuck in purgatory. And in order for the souls to get out of purgatory, all these people had to pray for the souls. So, all like the poor people would end up going around at this point in time to all these people's houses and basically what we call trick-or-treating, they did. They would go and ask for these things called soul cakes. In which soul cakes are these spiced biscuits or shortbread-like cakes. But they would ask for these cakes in exchange for saying prayers for these souls in purgatory. That's how we started getting trick-or-treating. So back in the good old days, we got cake or bread or biscuits. Now we get Kit Kats and Reese's and Jolly Ranchers and all these other candies instead of bread. I don't know. We need to look up that recipe. I would like to learn how to make these soul cakes. Now, the other fun thing about Halloween is jack-o'-lanterns. Because you know, jack-o'-lanterns are cool. You take a pumpkin and you carve it up, you put a face on it, you stick a candle in it, you light the candle. These originated in Ireland and Scotland, and it's where people traditionally carved scary faces into turnips, potatoes, beets to ward off evils. Didn't they do pumpkins back then too? Oh, they didn't do pumpkins back then. But that's where jack-o'-lanterns come from. You carve the faces into these vegetables to ward off evil spirits. That is also part of the bonfire. Is the smoke from the bonfire helps to protect the land and ward off evil spirits. I forgot about that when I was talking about bonfires. Oh, so okay, the immigrants in America found pumpkins much easier to work with. Okay, that's where the pumpkins come from. But just remember that while you're carving your jack-o'-lanterns, you're actually doing it to help ward off evil spirits. Keep them away from your house. That's why you set them on your front porch. But in the 20th century is where things get better because that's when we decided that we need to have Halloween parties. It became a community-centered holiday focused on parties, festive gatherings, and trick-or-treating for children. But it's the same thing, guys. It is the same thing. But we seem to have forgotten about why we're doing what we're doing for this holiday season. We seem to forget that what we do on October 31st, 1st and 2nd has a significance from the past. This is something that we all need to remember. This ain't just the thinning of the veil to make it easier to talk to spirits or to talk to the ancients. We need to remember that this is a holiday where we celebrate what's coming ahead because it's the death of stuff. We got to give thanks for the harvest, what we put out. The other problem is with all holidays is that we've commercialized them too much. I mean, we have totally commercialized everything. It's more about making money than it is to celebrate. I mean, we have separated into the original or historical and the new modern widely participated customs. I mean, that's the thing. We have our historical stuff and then we have the new modern stuff. The new modern stuff is more about companies making money instead of celebrating what is supposed to be celebrated. But also, this is the time that we go out and we visit like haunted houses and stuff like that. And we get our stories like the Headless Horseman or the Legend of Stingy Jack. I've never heard of that one, Mr. Producer. What was that one? Okay, the Legend of Stingy Jack. They were originally carved turnips, but evolved into the more readily available pumpkins as Halloween became more westernized. Bobbing for apples. Ooh, I forgot about bobbing for apples because I didn't bob for apples. And that comes from the ancient tradition that was a divination game used in predicting love and marriage. Oh, if you bob for an apple and you got an apple, you're going to get married? Is that how that works? Oh, well, I'm glad I didn't bob for any apples. No, 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 no. I ain't going to have an apple tell me I'm getting married. No. But we also visit haunted houses now because that is the thing about modern day. We all want to be scared. Don't know why. I mean, granted, we got Scarefest coming up, which is horror movies and paranormal guests. Oh, Deb says Stingy Jack tricked the devil. Okay, I'm gonna have to read that story. Is that is that the same? Is that the same type of story as the devil went down to Georgia? Okay. Did Stingy Jack get a golden fiddle? Okay. But this is the thing. Modernized this modernized Halloween stuff is about fear because everybody likes to be scared now. It's the one day they get away with it. But attending the events such as like haunted houses and other stuff like that, it was a way to entertain communities cheaply and give young people something to do besides get into trouble and also help prevent vandalism. Oh no, not the kids. The kids would never vandalize anything. I've never known any kids to TP anybody's houses. Never. But then again, I am sweet and innocent. You all can stop laughing now. But here's the thing. When the kids said trick or treat, if you didn't give them a treat, they're going to trick you. That's where toilet paper in the houses came in. That is when soaping windows and stuff came about. Because if you don't give the treat, you're going to get tricked. So, I mean, that's the whole thing with this holiday. It is steeped in legend. It is steeped in mystery. It is. How about this? It's not stooped. It is riddled in mystery. It is riddled in tradition. It has everything that needs to be. Remember, the veil is thinning, or the veil is thin. Because I myself have noticed the veil has gotten really thin in the past couple of days. And it's going to get worse. But it's not a bad thing. Yes, all these creatures from the other realms can come talk to us. All you got to do is pay attention and listen. And we can talk to them. Because this is the time that it makes it easier for them to talk to us and us to talk to them and for us to get advice and us to follow the advice. Because if we don't follow the advice, then they're going to get mad and then they're going to get upset and then who knows what's going to happen. So I mean that's the tradition that is Halloween. It's not to fear the dead. It's not to fear these creatures from the other realms. It is to celebrate them. But the other thing about Halloween that really seems to be brought up is witches. And if you'll join me next week, we'll be discussing the Salem witch trials. So, you guys have a good night. Love you guys, and we'll catch you next week.